United States. As we move on, Texas lawmakers approved a new congressional district map aimed at flipping 5 Democratic-held U.S. House seats to Republican control in the next midterm elections, marking a significant move in the growing partisan conflict as California Democrats began their own redistricting push. Let's listen in to what Jean Wu, the Democratic Texas State Representative for District 137, had to say.
We have known that we needed to come back. We have known, now that we know what the courts are thinking, that we have an idea of what they'll do, that our best shot is in the courts. This part of the fight is over, but it is merely the first chapter. What the courts are looking for are the irregularities. This is not a normal process. They're trying to do something sneaky, and this is very obviously that. And they have laid that out as clearly as they could for the courts. We didn't have to do that. The Republicans themselves provided the absolute best evidence for their own corruption. And what it is you have a mid-cycle redistricting that, one, really no one else has done except Texas. Two, that they could have handled this in the regular session, had proper hearings, done all the stuff, and then let the public and the membership know what's going on. Instead, they chose to conduct this only in the special session, knowing that the special session rules would allow them to get away with having basically next to no hearings and having no public input and having no notice to the public.
Texas Republicans carried out the unusual mid-decade redistricting at the request of President Donald Trump, who seeks to improve the chances of maintaining his party's narrow majority in the U.S. House of Representatives amidst political challenges. Democrats have accused Trump and Republicans of trying to unfairly rig the results of the 2026 midterm elections. Texas Republicans were able to move forward after dozens of Democratic lawmakers returned to the State House in Austin on Monday, ending a 2-week walkout that had prevented the House from achieving the necessary quorum to vote. The bill to withdraw the map passed with 88 to 52 vote along party lines. Once both the Texas House and Senate reach an agreement, it will be sent to Republican Governor Greg Abbott, who has stated that he will indeed sign it. The House debate in Texas occurred just before the California State Senate was expected to take floor action on a redistricting package supported by Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom, aimed at redrawing the state's congressional map to flip 5 Republican seats to the Democratic side. Let's hear from Michaela Plisa, representative from Texas District 70, and what she had to say.
The next battlefield is the courts, and we will win there. And then we take the battlefield to the ballot box. And we will win, and that's why they're scared. And I'm just going to end with this. A favorite quote of mine from one of the best fighters against evil, Obi-Wan Kenobi. And he said, when we get struck down, what? We will rise up more powerful than they could ever imagine. Are y'all ready to take our power back? Are y'all ready to register voters? Are y'all ready to go out and vote and show them why they should be afraid?
Newsom and his Democratic allies in the state legislature are working to fast-track the passage of their newly drawn map by Friday in order to place it on the ballot for voters in a special election scheduled for November the 4th. In a victory for Democrats, the California Supreme Court quickly rejected an emergency petition filed this week by 4 Republican state lawmakers, attempting to block legislative action on Newsom's redistricting plan for 30 days. We are once again joined by Jim Rice. Jim, before we get into the legal issues of this, what does this situation say about the partisan nature of US politics right now, even in the House and the Senate?
Well, Thomas, first of all, thank you for bringing Obi-Wan Kenobi into such a discussion. I really appreciated that. To answer your question directly, it's highly partisan, and it seems that this all is coming about because of the unpopularity, the deeply unpopular policies that Donald Trump has been rolling out since he came into power about 8 months ago. And I think the voters are waking up to this. They're realizing that none of this is working. Trump is unpopular in terms of his immigration policies, of bringing the ICE agents out onto the streets, of bringing the military into Los Angeles and bringing the military into Washington, D.C. He's unpopular with regard to the tariffs that are just now beginning to have an impact on prices. And he's, I think, also unpopular because it's clear now that he's trying to roll back democracy. He's trying to disenfranchise voters. So I don't know what it says, but we will see in the 2026 midterm elections whether this tactic of Trump is going to work or whether it's not going to work.
Jim, thank you as always. Pleasure to talk to you, and thank you very much for taking out the time to join us on the program. But unfortunately, that is all that we have time for. We will continue to